August 1st. I can't believe it's August already. Holy moly. Yeah, I mean, I'm flabbergasted that this year is flying by so fast. It's just day in and day out, over and over. Boom! All of a sudden, we're 2/3 of the way through of this crazy, crazy year. Maybe it's my age. So happy August 1st. We had a little bit of rain here in San Jose. All other parts of the United States seem to be going through some weather issues, whether it's fire, uh, monsoons in Vegas, or flooding in Kentucky, or whatever. Yeah. So if you know people, let them know, reach out to them, make sure that they're safe. Today's August 1st, 2022. Lots of stuff going on. And today we're talking about our home buyers on the fence. I believe they are. I believe a major portion of them are. And we're going to go through as to what a typical salesperson, whether they're a real estate agent or a lender. Last week we had the very knowledgeable Hector Ramirez on, and I agree with everything he says from a very myopic tunnel view point of view. Absolutely, right? Rates are coming down. There's more supply, more choices for buyers to be choosy. But I still think there's some other outlying things that we're not discussing. So as I've been telling you the entire time, the last few months that I've been doing this, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm giving you stories, trying to paint a larger story so you see what's going on in the big picture. So you can make a decision if it's time for you to buy or not, or sell or not, or what have you, or just sit still, right? I'm looking for investments. I haven't really found anything just yet, but at the same time, kind of seeing what's going on in the different markets. I'm expanding my view, seeing what's out there, and trying to figure out where the best investments are going to be, as you should if you're buying a house or selling a house or just sitting tight. Oh, lots of stuff to do today. All right, quickly. Oh yeah, subscribe. I have this little video I want to share with you. Please like, subscribe, and ring the little bell for me. I'm trying to get to 1,000. Sorry, I have to get back over here. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I'm just around 400 right now. So if you could, please subscribe. We do have a podcast, and we have a buyer's course that I did a couple years ago. So it's more pointed towards how to manage it in a crazy market. You'll see this in my email list. If you want to take the course, it's free, it's easy, it's 3 hours, and you can spread it out over a couple days. You can jump around. You don't have to go through everything, but it kind of lays out the entire process for you, start to finish. Again, tell everyone. I know it's not a joking matter unless you have a joke like, what do you call a bunch of Karens grouped together at one time? I guess I'm hungry. A homeowners association. That's so stupid. Seriously, though, if you haven't talked to a friend in a while, reach out to them, make sure that they're okay, right? If they're feeling a little off course or what have you, make sure you mention the new phone number, 988, the suicide prevention phone number. Serious, people go up and people go down. Sometimes they're on meds, sometimes what have you. This is not a stigma. This is part and parcel of our today. This is normal today, where a majority of people have mental issues, emotional issues. So reach out to your friends, to your families, to your loved ones, and check in on them. Okay. Oh yeah, where is that? I may have lost it. That yellow card thing. Again, if you've seen this, This is just in case our values go down. And if you believe your values go down below your assessed value, let me know. I'm happy to walk you through that whole process. And last but not least, actually two more things. We have in October, beautiful day, we're doing a food bank, or we're redoing a food bank, and we need volunteers. We need help. We need hands, and we need you to volunteer either for 4 hours or 8 hours or what have you. It's a great time to get together with your community and meet new people, have some fun, and do good for your community. What we're doing there is we're moving a mural, redoing the mural, painting a little bit. I'm building shelves. I think I got put on shelves now. I'm not exactly sure. I'll find out tonight. They're building a shed. We're doing some landscaping, and you absolutely have to have zero skill set for this kind of stuff. If you're a contractor, we do have one job somewhere else that needs some expert work. All right, VA home loan buyer seminar coming up September 8th at 1100 at San Jose State. If you want to learn more about that, learn more about the VA loan, how that can help you if you're a veteran, let me know. We have a great program for you. Again, subscribe, please. Active desperation. Not really desperation. Just, I'm trying to grow my subscription base up to 1,000. That would be awesome. Let's see. Video of the week. I'm going to be pitching this all week. 8 things you should never say when you're at an open house. I hear tons of stuff, and it all weakens your position if you're going to put an offer on. Just remember that kind of stuff. If you want to learn more about it, the link will be down below. There you go. All right, headlines. Guys, there's going to be a lot of stuff here. Yeah, rates went down. I'm sure you're already aware of that. They're down below 5% today, which is crazy. If you look at the numbers, where is it? There it is. No, that's not it. No, we're going to get to that. No. There's another one right here. Well, if you looked at the historical rates over time, actually, I know exactly where I want to go. There's 100 different things going on. So if you look historically, 5% still isn't bad. It's bad when you consider the fact that we're paying more for a house right now than back in 1982 or even 2020, 2018. But at the same time, historically, it's a rate that's normalized. So, and if you absolutely positively have to stay below 5%, or you can do that with adjustable rate mortgages. Is it going to go below again? We don't know. Probably, maybe, I don't know. If you tune into my Wednesdays talk, I always talk about numbers. This is very myopic. This is San Jose, a very specific select set of homes, right? This is a great picture of what's going on in the entire market. So new listings, 356. I get that. TFTs, or listings back on market, there's 37 of them. There's over 300 houses went under contract in the last week, in the last 7 days. So that's good. That's more than 80% of the new, the new listings that came on board. Changed to sold, 246. Listings expired and canceled. So over 100, but that's okay. If you look at the numbers for San Jose, this is just all of Santa Clara the last 7 days. Okay. All right, back to news. Boy, this is a mess. All right. Just caught wind of this one this weekend. California is going to tax you if you're a property owner with a well on it. You already have to pay for maintenance and keeping it clean, etc. And there's certain things that cost you already having a well, which kind of equalizes out to about this. It's a little bit less than if you went to city water. But now the state wants to tax you or give you fees, which is still a tax, on the fact that you have a well, not city water. That used to be a benefit, and now California is trying to make it even. I'm just frustrated watching this. California is one of the most expensive places to live. It's overtaxed. Their policymakers, whether you're on the left or right, I don't care what side of the aisle you're on, all don't really pay attention to issues that could help the value of living here. This is just another money grab for the state. They already tried to screw us over on Proposition 13. They're trying to take Proposition 13 away from homeowners by calling it, first off, it's, commercial, and then they're going to go to rentals, all sorts of stuff. Proposition 13 is one of the saving bastions of why California is a great place to invest in property, because you don't see the massive increase in value on your assessments. They're trying to take that away from homeowners and property owners. And yes, commercial owners, I get that, but that's a foothold event. California has so much money, they just need to manage it better. We have wildfire issues, we have drought issues, and they're trying to tax property owners more. That's just ridiculous. Oh, this one's going to be a long one. A little rant. San Jose. Let's see. Good, wrong, mute. We have a house in the Rose Garden area, and San Jose says it's blight. And well, I agree with that. I understand that. Homeowners should take care of it, whatever the issue is. If they can't get rid of it, if they can't fix it, they should sell it off to an investor. Whatever the issue is, San Jose is spending time, energy, effort, money on suing a homeowner on this. I get that. I totally understand that. But what enrages me is that they're more focused on these things than our homeless problems. And you know where I sit on homeless, right? I'm not a homeless advocate. I understand people have to live here. I understand that. But there are certain things that we should be doing as a community to help these people, right? There's people that are poor and they can't afford it. There's people that are emotionally and mentally unbalanced and they think being on the street is a good thing. There's people that are on drugs, and there's people that are just nuisances, to use NBC's title there. They're a nuisance. They leech off the government. They leech off the people. They make our places worse. They do a lot of crime, and San Jose is not doing anything to do about or to fix that problem. Mr. Liccardo, clean up our streets. This is one little tiny issue, but I know you're terming out. I understand that. I know you don't care. You're looking at bigger and better things, but still, this is your city. You need to manage it. Get off your ass and clean up San Jose. I'm off my soapbox. Done. All right. Okay, let's see. Again, foreclosure. We talked about this earlier. Foreclosures are up, but like 1,400%. Well, you know what? Again, if you look at the actual number from what it was back when we put a moratorium on any kind of foreclosures 2 years ago, yeah, foreclosures are up, but they're nowhere near where they were in 2008, right? It's just not, it's not really even worth talking about. So I'm getting the word out saying this is a salacious statement. I want 1,540 foreclosure starts, right? Whatever those numbers are, it doesn't matter. Look at, these are the numbers we saw in 2008, 2009. These numbers are minuscule. They're far below what happened before the pandemic. Are they going to grow? Probably. But right now, it's nothing to worry about. It's not anything to worry about. I'm going to tell you some other things that we should be talking about, be worried about. Right here, get rid of my head real quick. The president of the Home Builder Association, whatever his name is, NAHB, saying that sentiment is the lowest since May 2020, which is 2 years ago. And I've said this many times. I told you many, many times that they're going to stop building. They're going to stop starts. Stop starts. When you start a new project, a new house or a townhouse or a multi-unit building, whatever, as a start, it means permits, planning, greasing of the palms within the district, whatever. Those are stopping because homeowners know that they just need, home builders know that they just need to finish what they did and get rid of those, because right now the profit margins are not there. Cost of lumber. And when I say lumber, it's not just lumber, it's appliances, it's walls, it's flooring, it's brick, it's cement and electrical. Everything's through the roof expensive. And labor's getting more expensive. And permits are getting more expensive. And property's getting more expensive. And the cost to hold stuff is getting more expensive. So they're just kind of laying out right now. They're not doing anything because they have one set of people that they are beholden to, and it's not the buyer, it's not the consumer, it's the stakeholders. The stakeholders are the C-level people, B-level people, stockholders in the business, and investors. They're determined to get a profit, just like any other business. And right now, getting a profit out of any kind of home building is not going to happen. As a matter of fact, I'm looking all across the United States in multiple cities, not every city, and I'm seeing a lot of new home builds just flat out being sold. A lot of people that were buying new homes are pulling out. They're canceling the contract. They don't care if they lose their deposit or not because they're afraid that the market might collapse. Will it collapse? This is not a crystal ball. This is not me saying this is what's going to happen. This is me telling you a story, showing you what is out there. So you can come up with a decision if the market's going to collapse or not. And we're going to go from US to global in a minute here. So I got to speed up. Again, this is what my little class looks like. If you haven't bought a house in a long time, it's always smart to do it. It doesn't cost anything. You can run through the basics of this within 30, 40 minutes. There's enough out there that you can spend 3-4 hours on it. I don't suggest you do unless you're a brand new home buyer. Oh, I love this. This right here is National and Metro Housing Market Indicators. Okay, let's explain this real quick. Over the last year, 17% home values increased the value of 17%. Since 10 years ago, increased 113%. That's nationwide, right? That means there's less than a month's supply nationwide right now. Stress mortgage default is 11%. That's not a big deal. Foreclosures are coming. I don't think it's going to be the same thing as what we saw back in 2008. It's totally different right now. The whole process is different. Now I'm going to have a video on what's going on with the foreclosure market and how, if you're interested, how you can navigate through that. But I don't even know yet. So let me figure that out and do that homework for you. I'll get back to you. So new construction share of sales is 10% nationwide. Out of 100 homes or 1 million homes, it's either 10 houses or 100,000, right? Average entry level sales price is $256,000. That's nothing to do with the mean or the median, which is 407 or 416,000. I think it was 416. You're gonna have to tune in on Wednesday to know that number because I have it on another sheet. The average move-up sales price is $687. That's kind of funny because 20 years ago, that's how much I paid for this house. Well, $690. Okay, so if you looked at all of these metropolitan areas, it's funny, Boise's considered a metropolitan area. If you looked at all of these areas, town centers, which one do you think has had the highest house price appreciation in the last year out of all of these? I'll give you a hint. It's not the North. It's not the West. Take out some of those. And I haven't looked at every one of them. So I promise you, I've not looked at every one of these. The highest one I found right now is, drum roll, Cape Coral. Cape Coral. Up until like 3 months ago, I didn't really even know what Cape Coral was. Now, Cape Coral, Fort Myers area, 40% increase over the last year. And this is important because it's really helping me build a story, right? Up until last year, Cape Coral, I want to say the last 5 years, Cape Coral really wasn't on the map. We went there a couple months ago, and we're seeing a lot of building there, a lot of home sales. And if you look at my Wednesdays, you see that that number of homes that are for sale right now are massively jumping up by, I mean, they're in the multiple thousands, right? Which again, is not healthy for a sales market. You want to have an equilibrium of supply and demand. All right. So Greenville's 24, Nashville. That was Nashville, sorry. Greenville, I don't know where Greenville is. Greenville, South Carolina, is 18%. So that's a great little thing. If you want that, text me. I'll send you the link to it if I keep it up. Skip that. Affordability is out of whack. That's the reason why I showed you this map here. Affordability is out of whack, and you're going to see these. The next few tabs, you're going to see why I'm saying this. So this is Real Estate Witch 2021 numbers. The most affordable place, the most affordable metropolitan area to live in is Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I have friends that live out there. I wouldn't live out there. But you know what? A lot of these places here, they don't worry about making a buttload of money. They worry about enjoying life and watching their family grow up and hanging out with their community and being a part of the community. And that's what I see about all these different places, right? Cleveland, Ohio, St. Louis. I always say St. Louis as like one of the, really poor places. It's not a poor place. They have amazing places outside of St. Louis, suburban St. Louis. I've been there multiple times. Just a great lifestyle for many people. The least affordable, drum roll please, Los Angeles, San Jose, and San Francisco. Least affordable. And you see these numbers right here? The national average is 5.4. I don't know if you noticed this before. 2.6 is the number that you want to be. The ratio between income and houses. So if you make $100,000, you want to be able to afford a $260,000 house. That's your household income, right? LA is so, and San Jose and San Francisco is so far out of whack. You need 8 to 10 times your income, or to buy a house, it costs you 8 to 10 times more than what your standard income is, right? Crazy, right? That's out of whack. So if you look at these, they're mostly on the coasts, right? That one's not really the coast, but that's happening because that's an anachronism, an expansion unit for Bay Area people. They're like, forget it. I'm not going to live here. San Jose, San Francisco, Oakland, forget that. I'm moving out of the Bay Area, and that's the closest thing, so I can actually work there. And I've moved many people up there. Totally makes sense for them, right? Because they have to stay in California. They want to live in California. They work in California, the Bay Area, and the commute, which is killing them. They do it once or twice a week, and that's that. Las Vegas. Okay, so we're looking at that. And then, again, this is just numbers to back up another news source, but it's Bloomberg. Very far right or left, I don't know, whatever side they are. This one is North America. right? So, and it looks at a different thing. This is, I want to say this is mid-year. No, I think it's 2021. Okay, these numbers are 2021. This one's a little more up to date, mid-year 2022. But it also has North America, which has 3 provinces, 3 cities, and 3 different provinces in California, in Canada. 3 of which are in the top 5, meaning Canada has massive inflation problems as well. 9.1 or 9.2, 11.5, and 12 and a quarter. Price to income ratio. My cousin wants to move. My cousin's in Winnipeg. He's a Winnipegian. How do you say it? Winnipegian? A pegger? He wants to move his family to Vancouver. Actually, my niece is over there right now. His father-in-law lives there. I have other cousins that live in Burnaby area, but great for homeowners if they're selling and getting out of the area. But that is dangerous. We talked a little bit last week or the week before about the type of loans that they have. The max you get in Canada is 25 on a fixed 25-year, not a 30. We're looking at doing 40s, depending on the product, depending on the scenario and what fits better for you. Most Canadians get into something that's more like an arm, like a 5 or a 7-year arm that adjusts like once every year, once every 6 months. And anyway, there's some dangerous stuff that's going on over there. Again, another thing, I think it's the same. This is, Numbeo. It's just another way of looking at it. But this is looking at the numbers this way, right? Just more like that. Didn't like that math. This one drops it down to each individual county as to how much values increased over the last year. If you go down to Lee County, which is where, I'm going to get lost. There it is. 44% increase over last year, right? Crazy. If you want to look at that, that's New York Fed. Again, if you want these, just let me know. I'll send you the links. Okay, so we kind of delved into Canada. The last couple of weeks, I've been saying stuff about this being a global problem, and it's truly a global problem. We have issues coming up in China, in Europe, in most of the other places in Asia. We know what's going on with Russia and Ukraine. That's frontline news, but there's other stories that are not being told. Argentina has labor issues. Not that they don't want to hire people, but their government is making it so that they don't want to work. It's like 40% unemployment, 43 or something crazy. It's just not healthy, right? You have food shortages, you have people rioting. We're not hearing this in the mainstream media, and that's scary. That's probably going to get me kicked off of YouTube, but I got to tell people about what's going on, right? The government, the G7, look at the different stories that are popping out. They're popping out. The assassination of the Japanese premier, Boris Johnson stepping down, Germany having energy issues, UK, Italy, something's going on with Italy. And then I guess France is being criminally investigated, the premier there. There's a lot of stuff that's going on that's going to upset this next couple of years. And I don't know if it's a huge global thing. Remember, last time we spoke, Hector was focused on the myopic view of our real estate economy and our real estate market in San Jose or the Silicon Valley, which is still fairly healthy. I'm seeing pockets where they're slowing down, right? And they're in the not so affluent areas. We're still seeing multi-million-dollar homes sell, no problem. We're seeing other places slow down quite considerably. I just know a house right down the street went to market, and almost 30 days. Yeah, 30 days on market. They got an offer for less than asking price, right? It's a normal thing. This is actually a good thing for us to normalize our market, because you saw the increases in value all across the United States. For the most part, it's a robust market, but it's making it far more unaffordable for the average American. That's what I've been saying all along. Rents are going to start going up, right? Rents are starting to creep up. Employment's going to start becoming an issue. More and more people are not choosing not to work because they can go on unemployment or whatever. I don't know, or they can start their own business. Open Door, which really artificially inflated, not just Open Door. I don't want to say Open Door. iBuyer platforms. We spoke about that a little bit on a Saturday video that I did. iBuyer platforms artificially inflated the market. They're selling out in droves right now. Let me see. Can I show you that real quick? Open Door. Open Door bought 106 houses, condos, PUDs, townhouses in the entire Bay Area. These are the ones that I found. Probably more, but these are the ones that I found. And out of that, half of them are being sold right now. One just sold at what they bought it for. So they got lucky there. This one in Richmond. They bought it for $699. That's not including selling costs, holding costs, etc. So you know they're losing their ass on that. Right now, and if you look, I had one here that was registered that they bought it for $3 million. I just made it like 1 million and change, just to kind of equalize it, kind of figured it's not an exact number. So these numbers are not precisely exact. Right now, Open Door, which is just one of the iBuying platforms. I just happen to find it. I don't know what Zillow was doing. I don't know what the other Purple Rain or whatever. I don't know what the other ones were doing because I haven't found them yet. I just happened upon this the other day, and I spent 3 hours digging through and getting this information so you can digest it. Open Door, in this instance, for the 106 homes that they own, I don't know how many homes they own nationwide. I don't know if they own other homes in the Bay Area. They're losing over $3 million. So Open Door might be shuttering soon. Okay. I think they're panic selling right now. So if you happen upon one that's listed, if you want this list, let me know. We can go to town. We can probably abuse them a little bit. These homes these towns right here, these little tiny towns, Vancouver, Paris, Toronto. This is, well, it's not global because we don't know what's going on in Russia. We don't see what's going on in Mexico or South America. But these ones in red, they're the ones that are in the most trouble for collapsing or being a tipping point. Within the United States, we think it's Austin, probably Cape Coral now that I'm thinking about it, because 40% overvalued. That just doesn't make sense. Unless somehow Florida becomes a safe haven. I don't know. And Vegas, right? Those are the areas that you need to keep your eye on within the United States. Keep your eye on Vancouver, Toronto, Paris, Amsterdam, Stockholm, Frankfurt, Munich, Zurich, and Hong Kong. Those are going to be tipping points outside of the United States. These are global problems that we're seeing, right? That's just, yeah. The average price for a home in USA today, which they're considerably a lot more. Canada being larger, I think, per square foot, or by the square foot, or square acre, or square whatever. They have about 10% of the population that the US does. So we're at like 330 or 360 million, whatever that number is. Canada is about 36 million, 33 million, whatever that number is, right? It's about 10%. Their homes are a whole lot more expensive on the average than ours. Our median price is $416,000. But again, that's Canadian dollars. So that's really like 25 cents. it's like 70 or 80% of their dollar for our dollar. So their dollar is a little less expensive. So there you go. But I mean, their values are coming down. That's normal. Everybody, for the most part, you're seeing values come down or normalize, right? We're not seeing crashing numbers. We're not seeing numbers like this. Sorry. When you're working two screens, you really have to be smart. We're not seeing home values drop like this. We're seeing home values kind of normalize, kind of stable, maybe go down a little bit, but not like a, torrential number. Taking that bit. Okay, so New Zealand's having issues as well. Again, that's not part of that oh shit map right here. It's not part of this map right here. Where is it? Right here, right? So New Zealand, which is down here, you don't see what's happening, but the news is reporting that New Zealand is having issues. So that's it. A lot of crap going on. Look at Chinese economy. Look at China or Canada's economy. Look at Japan's economy. Look at Australia and New Zealand. They set themselves up really well for being one of the major tipping points in the globe right now. Over the pandemic, they did a lot of wanky Aussie stuff. I don't know exactly what they did, but they did keep people trapped down. So there you go. I've been talking for 37 minutes. Hopefully this, sorry, let me get you back here. Hopefully this stuff didn't scare the hell out of you. Definitely not here to scare you. I just want you to be aware of what's going on. The economic levers that are being pulled right now, energy, right? GDP, our GDP is, where is that graph? I have that right here. It's supposed to be 15%, but it's getting closer to, well, I guess you can call that 15% if you look at that as a round scale thing, right? Somebody wants to take a screenshot of that, give me numbers. Real estate is supposed to be about 15% of our GDP amongst everything else. And it's pretty much been supporting the economy, right? These are the things that we're talking about on Wednesday. So just want to go through that. So anyway, hope this was helpful. If you have comments, you want to learn, you want any of those links that I mentioned, shoot me a text, shoot me a DM, you name it. And again, if you're kind enough, hit that little button, like it, and hit the bell. We'll be talking a little bit more on closer numbers on Wednesday. We'll see you then.